3 black Americans were murdered in cold blood.
This morning, a grim commemoration of the March on Washington. What the president has to say about the racist Jacksonville shooting.
Plus, vaccine exemption rates for kindergartners in Wisconsin, the highest in the Midwest. Why the CDC is concerned about it.
And it is still fairly mild this morning. Temperatures well into the 60s, but we do have some autumn-like air on the way over the next couple of days. We'll talk about that coming up.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Linshine.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slipka's got your first warn forecast. For me, doesn't get much better than this, Kelly. We are right in my sweet spot as far as the temperatures go. Nice and comfy out there.
Yeah, it's going to be comfy the next couple of days. Actually, this time tomorrow morning, it might be a little bit cool for some as we dip into the 40s. So definitely kind of a hint of some of the change in seasons, but hang on if you want some summer-like weather. It will return going into the upcoming weekend. But right now it's fairly mild, 67 here in Madison, 64 in Janesville. Still have a southwest wind. Eventually that wind will switch around the north, and that's actually behind a cold front that will knock our temperatures down a little bit. We did have one lone shower trek across south of Madison. You can't even see that. That was a couple of hours ago. Now most of the rain is pushed on to the east. This afternoon we can't rule out an isolated shower. Otherwise it's generally going to be dry through Labor Day. Feeling like fall, though. Tonight, lows in the 40s. That'll be the same case Thursday morning. And other than that chance of a stray shower this afternoon, it looks like it'll be dry right through Labor Day, and it will be heating up. One last hurrah with summer-like temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s. Future track, temperatures in the upper 70s. Early this afternoon, that noticeable north wind will pick up 10 to 15 miles per hour. See a couple of green blips showing up there. That's our only opportunity of seeing a brief shower. It's not going to last much, and it's not going to amount to too much either. Temperatures in the upper 70s, though, with that north wind picking up there at 10 to 15. We'll take a look at the heat for the weekend, and also we'll track Idalia. That's going to be battering Florida over the next couple of days. More on that coming up.
All right. Thank you, Kelly. As kids get ready to head back to school the next few days, health experts here in the state are concerned over new CDC data regarding vaccine exemption rates.
Shane Hogan is here with what the experts are saying, and he's helping you get those vaccines in before the school year. Shane, some of these numbers are concerning.
Yeah, that's right. That concern is coming from health experts, and it's about vaccine exemption rates for Wisconsin kindergartners because it's one of the highest rates here in the Midwest. Now, this is the data from the CDC that was turned into a map by Axios. The darker blue color indicates higher rates of vaccine exemptions. As you can see, Wisconsin is a very dark blue compared to the surrounding states here in the Midwest, which is a concern for health professionals pushing for vaccinations for kids. CDC data shows the nationwide median rate of kindergartners with vaccine exemptions nearly doubled between the school years of 2012 and 2022. We spoke with a public health strategist who says the best time to get vaccinated is early in a kid's early years.
Being a child in school is a little different than anything you experience when you get older because you are in a situation where you are close together with other children, touching similar things that other children are, even more so than in middle school or high school, college.
Axios points out that some of the skepticism around the COVID-19 shots could lead to higher vaccination exemption rates for other shots like RSV and the flu. Now, there are multiple vaccination clinics for children in the weeks and months to come. You see all those dates on your screen there if you do need to get those immunization records updated. Their clinics are put on by Public Health Madison-Dane County, partnership with SSM Health, Madison Schools, Group Health Cooperative, and UW Health. To make an appointment, you can visit publichealthmdc.com, and we will have a full list of locations of those vaccine clinics up on channel3000.com.
Useful tool. Shane Hogan, thanks a lot this morning.
6:03 now. Classes are canceled at UNC Chapel Hill this morning as the university mourns the death of a faculty member. A doctoral student is in custody for the killing 6 days into the start of the school year. Someone reported shots fired at 1 in the afternoon yesterday at a lab at the university. Students were under lockdown for 3 hours. They barricaded themselves inside classrooms, blocking doors with furniture. Some even had to climb windows to escape. You can see that in this video, just devastating. The victim of the shooting has not been named yet. A motive isn't clear either this morning.
We are learning more about the suspect, more about the actions of the suspect, rather, in the racist Jacksonville shooting. The white suspect was on the campus of a historically black college just before he killed 3 black people. The president speaking on the matter in a meeting with Martin Luther King Jr.'s family Monday, marking the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington. President Biden said he wanted to directly address the American people about domestic violent extremism.
I think this is as serious a potential turning point for the negative as it was when the turning point for the positive when your dad organized that march.
The Jacksonville sheriff says there's no question the killings were motivated by racism. 2 years ago, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence released an assessment on the most lethal domestic violent extremist threats to Americans. It found those are racially and ethnically motivated violent extremists.
We have an update on the timeline for 2 criminal cases against former President Trump this morning. Trump and his 18 co-defendants have an arraignment scheduled about a week from now on September 6th. This is in the Georgia election case. He's expected to plead not guilty. Then in the federal case over his efforts to interfere with the transfer of power in the 2020 election, we're learning the trial date this morning. It starts one day before Super Tuesday in March of 2024.
In local politics, the job of the state's top election official is on the line today. Republicans who control the Senate have vowed to oust Megan Wolf before the 2024 presidential election, and they're holding a hearing on the matter today. Wolf said that she will not attend.
6:05 now. A man is facing charges accused of stealing packages from downtown properties here in Madison. Police say it happened Friday afternoon along Langdon Street off of the UW campus. Officers found the man and some of the missing packages, too, at James Madison Park. He tried to run off, but was eventually arrested. He actually had to be taken to the hospital for what police say was a pre-existing issue. He's now facing charges of jumping bail, resisting an officer, and possession of drug paraphernalia. He hasn't quite yet been formally charged in court.
A small fire at a Madison coffee shop is not leaving too much damage behind. It broke out last night at Lazy Jane's Cafe on Willie Street. Fire investigators say the cafe's electrical box sparked the fire. No one's hurt, and the damage is minimal.
All right, if you've been to the veterinarian lately, you know it's not cheap. So maybe you're considering pet insurance to help with the cost. As Consumer Reports and Shane Hogan explained, the answer isn't always easy.
When asked if he's a dog or a cat person, Consumer Reports investigative reporter Brian Vines answers both. He's the proud papa of a dog named Logo and a cat named Phoebe who recently had an injury.
We opened the door and Phoebe came in and she was very timid and stayed low to the ground. And she had a little spot on her hind leg. And we were like, what has happened?
Brian does not have pet insurance, so treating Phoebe would be entirely out of pocket.
Pet insurance was always one of those things in the back of our minds, like, oh, we ought to do that.
But is pet insurance something you should consider? For the first time, CR evaluated and rated 8 pet insurance providers based on a survey of its members with insured pets, looking at things such as premiums, what's covered, the claims process, and whether people had a choice in which vets to see.
We found that most people just aren't that satisfied with their pet insurance.
6 of the insurance providers earned just a mid-range overall satisfaction score, and 2 bottomed out with unfavorable ratings. If you are considering pet insurance, here are some things that you should know. Pre-existing conditions are typically not covered. There are usually annual caps. If you hit that limit, you'll have to pay out of pocket. You may be responsible for paying the provider directly and then file for reimbursement with the insurance company. So, is pet insurance worth it?
If you're looking for a return on investment, maybe not so much. But if you value peace of mind, pet insurance may be something that you want to pursue.
Another option, telehealth, which is what Brian used.
Got instruction on how to clean the wound and a prescription for antibiotics that was delivered right to our door.
And thankfully, Phoebe healed just fine using only 1 of her 9 lives. This is Shane Hogan.
That's clever. Another alternative might be to bring your pet to an accredited veterinary medical college like UW's here in Madison. They might be able to offer more affordable care on everything from routine care visits to spaying and neutering. That's actually where we got Bascom spayed. It was cheaper than at a veterinary clinic, so we saved money that way.
There you go. Like to hear that.
Some tips.
It's a tough choice. It's a tough choice. Depending on
Peace of mind, saving money.
No. All right. Coming up, Badger volleyball head coach Kelly Sheffield. Well, he's riding high this morning. We're going to hear him talk about the ladies' rise in the ranks. They're #1 in the nation this morning.
And our back-to-school coverage continues live from Wanakee this morning ahead of their first day of school. We'll show you how they're getting ready for a new school year in the 608.
Get up to 60% off list prices on hundreds of items at the huge Labor Day sale at Slumberland Furniture. This awesome reclining sectional comes with a free recliner. How about a Lazy Boy recliner as low as $398? Do not miss this one.
Mark, a little help here?
Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Let Feldco be the experts in your home renewal. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one, get one free ends Labor Day. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
That non-stop pain in your joints. Let's get real. You've been putting up with this because you can't stand the thought of joint replacement or surgery. I get it, and so does QC Kinetics.
Their highly skilled medical professionals deliver relief to aching hips, shoulders, back, and knees. QC Kinetics uses all natural biologics and healing properties to tackle your pain.
No joint replacements, no surgeries. So what are you waiting for? Call QC Kinetics today, and let's get you some relief.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT Turbo Max pickups, or current Chevy owners get $7,500 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To your big promotion.
And to your new house.
I know! What? I guess you had to move fast in this market.
Right? Best thing I did was get a pre-approval from Summit. Once I knew my budget, I only looked at homes I could make a serious offer on.
And how's construction going on your place?
1 month left.
Must be stressful.
Actually, no. I'm working with Summit too, and they've been great about answering all my questions and guiding me along. It's been easy.
Whether you're building or buying a home, Summit Credit Union is here to help.
Here's your parachute. Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for imprint certain? Certainty matters. Like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. I don't know how it's all gonna fit.
Action!
Now at Slumberland, $9.99 gets you a lot. Like a Sealy Posturepedic mattress and an adjustable power base, both just $9.99. Need a twin? Get a Sealy starting at just $129. The huge Labor Day mattress sale. Only at Slumberland.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Well, the countdown is on in the 608 this morning as families get ready to head back to school soon.
Josh Breider is live in Wanakee ahead of their first day next week. I can't believe it's already here, Josh.
Gosh, I can't believe it, guys. The summer just flew by, and we are officially 7 days away from the first day of school for the Wanakee Community School District. We're inside a little early, showing you what educators are getting ready for this brand new school year. Superintendent Randy Gutenberg up early with us this morning. Randy, good morning.
Hi, welcome.
So this is like Christmas morning for you. Your favorite time of the year is you get to welcome everyone back to your school district.
Yeah, we get to welcome all of our staff. The intermediate school this morning.
You know, talk a little bit about how education has changed over the years, because you've got, what, more than 3 decades in education. Things are looking a little different now in 2023.
Yeah, they look a little bit different. Yeah, the space we're in right now, I would say, is a pretty modern learning environment. This is at our intermediate school, grades 5 and 6. So we have 4 classrooms around this collaborative area. So when you come here with students, you see teachers teaching with students in the classrooms, but you also see students interacting and learning, working in small groups out in this collaborative space. And it's one of those things that I've seen kind of evolve, and this is really how teachers teach and how kids learn today.
You know, you think about that hands-on approach with a lot of these things now with education, that's become a big thing.
Oh, absolutely. Getting kids involved, getting them moving, working together, having furniture that they like, that's comfortable, that they can move around and be themselves and be kids with. I mean, that's part of what education is, creating that environment that kids want to be in and that they can learn best in.
You know, when you talk about this intermediate school, for example, you guys really students over the years, and you guys are adapting for the needs here in Wanakee.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're very fortunate. We're a growing community. This building we're in right now was constructed in 2016, but we also have 2 new schools that are going to be constructed over the next several years.
You know, what's your best advice for those students a little bit nervous for the new school year, not really sure what's going to be happening for 2023?
I think the best thing is for parents to talk to their kids, get them prepared, go to their open houses, make sure that they're comfortable with their environment where they're going to. And for students, particularly as you're in the upper level grades, get involved and find different ways that you can be engaged with your school and your school community.
You know, we wanted to mention this geothermal system here because you guys are really giving kids an idea, a little bit of the real world about how the school works here.
Yeah. This school was constructed with a very much an eye towards energy efficiency, and as we put in the geothermal system, we're able to see the different pipes that go out to the wells, the purple and the gray, that all show the different flow of the pumps with that, and use this as an educational opportunity to learn about some of the new technologies. We also have a photovoltaic system here and also a green roof system, all part of kind of just an energy efficiency piece, but also an educational model for our kids.
Yeah, I love that modernization of education. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
All right, well, Randy Gutenberg, we appreciate it, and happy almost retirement. Year 16 for you here, Superintendent, your last one.
Almost. Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. If you'd like to learn more about your back-to-school time here on News 3 Now, you can go to the story on channel3000.com, guys. The countdown is on.
Thanks, Josh, and congrats, Mr. Gutenberg.
Yeah, big deal. All right, it is 16 now. We want to head to the south and get to some breaking news on the storm headed toward Florida. Idalia is officially now a hurricane. The National Hurricane Center says it's forecast to rapidly strengthen over the next day or so. It's expected to get up to a Category 3. Tampa and Orlando are in the path of the storm. Florida officials say some parts of the state will receive 10 to 12 feet of rising water. We'll keep you updated on the hurricane's trajectory as we continue to follow it.
All right, Kelly Slifka's out on the patio. Quiet out there this morning, right, Kelly?
Yeah, we did have a brief shower, so if you notice the ground is a little bit wet, at least on the south side of Madison. We did have a brief shower pass through, but it was very isolated. We're not really picking up much on our high-resolution radar. Most of the rain is over there toward Milwaukee. And other than an isolated shower today, we do not have good chance of rain for the rest of the week through the weekend. So, unfortunately, the drought situation is going to be ongoing and only getting worse. Expecting a high of 78 today. That's actually right where we should be for this time of the year. But look at the overnight low tonight. Definitely going to need the jacket tomorrow morning with readings in the upper 40s. That's well below our average for this time of the year. And it will be a cool fall-like weather pattern setting up for the next few days. Highs in the 70s, overnight lows dropping into the 40s the next couple of nights. And other than that shower possibility today, it's only a slim chance and just very isolated. It looks like it will be dry the rest of the weekend, turning hot going into the weekend, hanging on to some summer-like temperatures. So we did have a shower that passed through Madison at least early this morning. It may see another one develop. We've got a cold front that's going to be sliding through. Winds this morning, but out of the southwest, out ahead of the front. You will notice that wind pickup out of the north later today. It'll give it that cool feeling, even with temperatures in the upper 70s, and that north wind will make it feel cooler. All right, we're looking at Hurricane Idalia right now moving through, just moved through Cuba, the western tip of Cuba. Now it is really starting to speed up, and already some of those outer rain bands headed into Florida. And as we go forward, it's got winds right now of 75 miles per hour. It's really picked up steam. Going at 14 miles per hour. It's going to encounter some very warm open waters there just off of the coast of Florida. Likely to be a very strong Category 2, possibly a Category 3 hurricane as it makes landfall sometime tomorrow. Obviously battering the northwest side of Florida, just to the north of Tampa. That looks to be the focus of where the storm will make landfall tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures today, right now, starting out at 67 in Madison, 64 in Janesville. It's down to 59 in Camp Douglas across Dane County, 62 right now in Sauk City, 65 in Sun Prairie. So a fairly mild start to the morning. A little bit of sun this morning, then we'll look at partly sunny skies this afternoon. At the noon hour, upper 70s. We're not going to rise a whole lot from there because we got that front that's passing in, that cold front. May trigger an isolated shower, but these will be very isolated and spotty brief. Not going to amount to too much as temperatures rise in the upper 70s. Northerly winds continue this evening, dropping quickly. So if you have any evening plans after dark, you might need that light jacket. And tomorrow morning, we'll start in the upper 40s and low 50s. So it's going to be a much cooler start to the day. But then it looks like that heat will build back just in time for the weekend into much of next week. We are looking at above average temperatures. That'll send our temperatures well in the 80s, if not some low 90s. So a couple of cooler days Morning lows in the 40s, afternoon highs in the low 70s. Wind picks up out of the southwest Thursday, brings in that warmth. That heat dome will build over the area for the weekend, and it looks dry for Labor Day weekend. Temperatures in the low, maybe mid-90s by Labor Day.
It's been over 9 months since Wisconsin hired Luke Fickell. 9 months of hype, 9 months of speculation, 9 months of excitement. But the wait is over because game week has arrived. The Luke Fickell era kicks off at Camp Randall this Saturday at 2:30 when Wisconsin hosts Buffalo. Wisconsin opens as a 28-point favorite in the season opener, but after 9 months of training and hype and expectations, at this point, they're just ready to play some football.
A little bit of nerves, but mostly just anxious. You're just excited. You put all this time in all year, and now it's the first opportunity of the year to really go show it.
Just trust your coaching, trust your preparation, and just live and die on that. Because, I mean, we've been preparing for this since last season ended. So it's just like, you know, trust everything that you've done up until this point.
For the 14th time in program history and the first time since the Badgers won the national championship, Wisconsin is ranked the #1 volleyball team in the country. This comes after a couple of big wins over the weekend. As the team said a couple weeks ago, they all know they're aiming for another national championship, but they don't talk about that. So when it comes to being ranked #1 in the country, it's safe to say they don't care.
It's the exact same thing of if we're unranked. It's the exact same thing if we become 25th or 10th or 2nd or 1st. It's just it's never talked about, and not because it's taboo. It's just we don't care.
I know football and volleyball are in the air, but so is September baseball. Almost. The Brewers have won 8 straight games. That's a season best, but these next 3 are different because they're against the surging Cubs. If the Crew keeps streaking, this could all but lock up the division, and the Brewers brought their bats to Wrigley. Top 1, second pitch of the game, sails over the ivy. Christian Yelich hits his first home run in the month of August. That would give Milwaukee the early lead. And then later in the first, with 2 down and 1 on, Mark Canha at the dish. And they don't call him out of the park Mark for nothing. Another first-inning Milwaukee missile. The Brewers bashed the Cubs from the first pitch. They'd ride a 4-run first inning to their 9th straight win, and a big one at that. 6-2 is your final. That's your morning sports fix. Have a tremendous Tuesday.
Still ahead, a chance to see the Great Lakes like you've never seen them before.
Stay with us. We're back after this.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Skip the wait. Get your kids' glasses made the same day, only at Stanton Optical.
When you pull up to someone's house, the first thing you see nowadays is their garage door.
Let Precision's experienced designers come to your home and help you select the perfect door for your house.
Precision is there to help.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
With Nurtec ODT, I can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine attacks, all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur, even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
Ask about Nurtec ODT.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
Well, they're whiter, they're brighter, and I feel better about my smile. And it was so easy to do.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like,
I did. I did power swabs.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This Labor Day, order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
At Stanton Optical, you get great value on eye care, including contacts. Right now, get a 1-year supply of AccuView Oasis and an eye exam for only $189. Scan now to book your eye exam. Yay, technology!
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. Linda taking a peek sunflower season.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Love seeing those fields of sunflowers this time of year.
Yeah, there are 2 locations near Madison where you can go. There's one at Eigster's and one at Schuster's, both 30 minutes away.
Nice. Thanks, Linda. Shane's here with the trending story today. Hey, Shane.
All right, guys, if you're looking for something fun to do as summer winds down, or if you're also in Milwaukee, there's a new art exhibit that you can check out. It's called Deep Lake Future. It's in the Walker's Point neighborhood. The creator says it's sometime in the non-too-distant future that the Great Lakes have flooded, and this is what it would look like if invasive species were to take over.
Chris is going.
I think it's very cool to look at. It's pretty. Probably learn something new, too.
Looks more like a rave. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are ground beef, $2.99 for a 1-pound roll. Select Pepsi products, $3.75 each when you buy 4. And Lay's Kettle Cooked or Munchies, $1.99 each when you buy 3. Only at Hy-Vee.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains. Designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
How much money have you wasted trying to find the right shade of foundation to match your skin tone? You end up with so many unused bottles, yet you can't bear to throw them out. Now there's Color Beauty Self-Adjusting Foundation, which means you'll never search for the perfect shade again.
It's really difficult for me to find a good tone foundation. I usually purchase about 3 or 4 and sometimes mix them. Color Beauty is a game changer in finding the right foundation. You put it on your skin and it transforms into your own skin tone.
The Color Beauty foundation is so simple to put on. My skin looks great and it just looks awesome.
The key to the innovative Color Beauty formula is tiny color beads that release and blend to perfectly match your skin tone as you apply it. The foundation is white when it comes out of the bottle, but when I begin to apply it, it adjusts to blend perfectly with the color of my skin.
My biggest problem area is my cheeks right here. Color Beauty feels really light on my skin, and I can tell that it is pretty full coverage, so it looks like I don't have too much foundation on, but it is covering all my acne scars like I was saying before. I actually really love it. It's weightless and it's full coverage, and also it literally just matches my skin as soon as I put it on. It's no work. I've never experienced a foundation like this.
Color Beauty only comes in 2 colors, light and medium. If you have fair skin or you burn easily, go with the light. If you have darker skin, go with the medium. Plus, with an SPF of 50, they're getting the highest level of sun protection in a lightweight formula. And best of all is Color Beauty's exclusive special. Order Color's Ultimate Beauty Package today and get 40% off. That That means you'll get the color adjusting foundation, the skin smoothing primer, and the fan favorite lash enhancer for thicker, longer looking lashes at 40% off. Plus, get free shipping. Visit color40.com or call the number on your screen.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Nabisco snack crackers or Ritz, 2 for $5. Basket and Bushel red seedless grapes, $1.48 a pound. And buy 3, get 2 free on select Coke products. Only at Hy-Vee.
Right now, new video you have to see of a police chase involving a stolen semi. What prompted this armored car to join in on the multi-county chase?
Plus, a live look at Florida. Idalia, now a Category 1 hurricane as it takes aim at the Gulf Coast of Florida. We'll have a preview of the evacuation measures, or rather the safety measures in place this morning.
And here's your first look outside here in Madison this morning. Our taste of fall continuing before summer returns for the weekend, Kelly.
Yeah, kind of got it all for you. I guess you can kind of expect that the last week of August into September. We did have a brief shower in Madison earlier this morning, but now it's quiet. We are looking at a cool down, at least temporarily. More coming up.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Thanks for waking up with us. We'll have that breaking news happening with Hurricane Idalia coming up a little bit later on in the show. But first, we want to get to your first warn forecast. A little cool this morning.
Yeah, not too bad this morning. It's really going to be cool tomorrow morning, so you're going to need a pretty decent jacket tomorrow. This morning, it's a relatively mild. We did have a brief shower. If you notice the pavement a little bit wet, especially on the south side. That's because we had one really isolated shower basically right along the belt line, and then it pretty much fizzled. Can't rule out another shower popping up later today, but they should be pretty isolated. Right now, 67 in Madison, 64 in Janesville, 64 in the Dells, Camp Douglas down to a 59. We still have a southwest wind. Eventually, that'll switch around to the north and bring us some cooler temperatures, not only this afternoon, but also tonight, tomorrow, and tomorrow night. In fact, overnight lows the next couple nights dipping into the upper 40s. So it is going to taste a little bit like fall going into the next couple of days. May see a shower today, but otherwise we're looking at dry weather into the upcoming Labor Day weekend. Then the heat cranks up. Temperatures well into the 90s by Sunday and Monday. Partly sunny skies today. The winds now are out of the southwest, but they will switch around the northwest. That's behind a cold front. May produce an isolated shower. You don't see a whole lot popping up there, mainly east of Madison going into the afternoon. Otherwise, we'll look at partly sunny skies and temperatures in the upper 70s going into the afternoon. Quick look at our first warn traffic right now. We don't have any major incidents on the roadways here locally. Looking at the speeds on the east and westbound lanes of the Beltline right now, you're looking at average speeds of 67 to 70 miles per hour. And if you are headed in to downtown from Sun Prairie, it should take you about 15 minutes. That's your first warn traffic.
All right, Kelly, thanks for keeping an eye on that for us. We appreciate it. New video into the newsroom this morning of a wild police chase on I-94 involving a stolen semi.
Our Shane Hogan has been going through the video this morning. Shane, that footage is just wild.
Yeah, not something you see every day. You can see this video right behind me here. News 3 requesting this video from DOT cameras that line our roads and freeways. And again, Wisconsin State Patrol saying the pursuit began Friday just before 3 p.m. that on I-94 near Warrens. And again, that semi out in front of at least 10 squad cars there. In this video, this is from an I-94 exit in Toma. You can see at least 7 patrol cruisers, 1 on the shoulder, 6 in pursuit as spike strips were put down. But the driver of that semi swerves into the next lane, avoiding them. Eventually, an armored truck from Juneau County joins in on the chase with at least 12 patrol cruisers this time, with flashing lights closely following behind. This was spotted on a camera near the County Highway Double H exit on I-94. And finally, the chase comes to an end near Wisconsin Dells as the semi appears to crash or drift into the shoulder before coming to a complete stop. This completely closed eastbound I-94 traffic for several hours on Friday. Now, troopers say they arrested the driver at the scene, but it's unclear what charges that person is facing. But again, guys, you see a chase like that many officers involved. I mean, it is not something you see every day.
What a dangerous situation during a busy time, rush hour on a Friday afternoon on the interstate, Shane.
Yeah, a lot of commuters, you know, going back and forth across the state at that time. And I mean, imagine being on the other side of the road, watching this whole thing play out. Thankfully, no one seriously injured.
Yeah, that's the good news. Shane Hogan, thanks a lot for that. Sherwood Hills police are searching for a driver driver who they say crashed a stolen car. Officers were called just before midnight Saturday for a report of a rollover crash on University Avenue. An investigation found the vehicle was reported stolen from Madison, and the driver got away before officers got there. If you have any information, contact Sherwood Hills Police or Madison Area Crime Stoppers.
Heads up, another round of aerial enforcement planned for this week. Pilots with the Wisconsin State Patrol will be keeping an eye from the skies for traffic violations ahead of Labor Day. You might see them over Sauk County along Highway 12. Keep an eye out. If you plan to travel anywhere across Wisconsin this weekend, you will see them over I-39 in Portage County, I-41 over in Washington County, and I-94 up in Eau Claire County.
Back to our breaking news of the morning. In the last hour, the tropical storm headed toward Florida has been upgraded to a Category 1 hurricane. The latest report shows that Hurricane Idalia is expected to hit the Florida shores tomorrow, packing winds as strong as 120 miles an hour. Idalia could grow to a Category 3 before the end of the day today. Leah.
Scary situation down in Florida. At least one county in the Tampa Bay area is already issuing evacuation orders for more than 500,000 residents there. Florida Governor and presidential candidate Ron DeSantis says the state is doing everything it can ahead of this storm.
We are coordinating, as I mentioned, with utility companies. There are already more than 20,000 linemen that are ready to respond, and more on the way throughout the balance of today and tomorrow. This will be an important effort to get power back on very quickly.
The governor says more than 5,000 National Guardsmen are on standby, ready to respond. There are 23 open shelters ready to take residents, and 500,000 gallons of fuel stockpiled as well. Idalia expected to make landfall in the same area where the deadly Category 5 Hurricane Ian hit last September.
Well, today's the 18th anniversary of when Hurricane Katrina made its second landfall, devastating New Orleans, Louisiana. Now Idalia has the potential to join a notorious list of ice storms, now retired because of their extremely devastating and deadly impacts. When a storm name is retired, it's removed from the official list of names used by the National Hurricane Center and can't be used in a given ocean again. So in the Atlantic Ocean, 96 storm names have been retired since 1954, and of those, 14 began with the letter I. 12 of the 14 I storm names have been retired in the last 22 years, including Hurricanes Ian, Ida, and Iota. Those happened all within the last few years. All were very deadly storms with between 80 and 150 deaths apiece.
6:36 to campaign 2024 now. First Lady Jill Biden making a stop to Madison this Thursday. It will be her first visit to the Isthmus in the last 3 years. Dr. Biden expected to tout progress of the president's Cancer Moonshot initiative. It's a goal of reducing cancer deaths by at least 50% over the next 25 years. She'll also be speaking at an event with the National Education Association and the American Federation of Teachers. Then she'll stop by a political finance event with Senator Tammy Baldwin.
Folks in Janesville will have to wait at least a little while longer for some new rules on eating outside at a restaurant. Since the pandemic, it's been up to the chief building official to approve outdoor dining requests. Business owners and council members were split on whether the new process would make things easier, so they tabled it. The city council will now make a decision. They could make a decision, rather, during their meeting on October 23rd.
Happening today, a contractor with a history of scamming people out of thousands of dollars has a status conference scheduled. Tyler Hansen and his various LLCs are facing contractor fraud allegations in 16 different counties. A criminal complaint alleges he and his wife Jennifer would regularly deposit customer checks into a business account. When the checks cleared, they'd take the money out in cash and then hide it to prevent customers from asking for refunds due to incomplete work. His status conference is scheduled for 8:30 this morning. It's 6:38 on your Tuesday. Coming up after the break, some new research on CTE showing younger athletes are more at risk for these brain injuries than we previously thought.
And we do have a cold front that'll be moving through today, bringing us some autumn-like temperatures. We're talking about overnight lows in the 40s before that heat returns. Well, the first warn forecast coming up.
Plus, our back-to-school coverage continues this morning live from Waunakee, where they are just 1 week out from the first day of school. We're going to talk about their new growth in the 608.
Precision is very proud of our 5-star reviews. I do everything I can to go above and beyond for repairs. No, I'm not an actor. I'm a garage door tech. That's what I do here at Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same. So I got Spectrum One. It's fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Spectrum helps me run all this easily. Work, bust. Treat dispenser, treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-802-4999 or visit spectrum.com today.
Toyota's national sales event is on. Make the most of summer with a new Toyota.
We want the gray Tacoma.
Gray Tacoma coming in hot.
On it! Highlander Hybrid.
Highlander Hybrid on the double hang.
Here we go. That red RAV4.
Run a red RAV4.
Hit the deck.
Now that's how you holler.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on a new Toyota Corolla, Camry, RAV4, BZ4X, Highlander, or Tacoma. See your local Toyota dealer or visit toyota.com to learn more.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
When migraine strikes, you're faced with a choice. Ride it out with the trade-offs of treating or push through the pain and symptoms. With Ubrelvy, there's another option. One dose works fast to eliminate migraine pain. Treat it anytime, anywhere, without worrying where you are or if it's too late. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness. Migraine pain relief starts with you. Ask about Ubrelvy. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
You work hard enough. Take a load off this Labor Day with new appliances from Brothers Maine. Celebrate the holiday with unbeatable deals on top brands like GE Appliances, Cafe, Hotpoint, and Haier. Don't miss out. Shop the Labor Day sale at Brothers Maine today.
It all comes down to the final drive. News 3 Now brings you the big play highlights and scores from Southern Wisconsin high school football action. Don't miss the final drive. Fridays on News 3 Now at 10.
Help us pack the truck to kick off Coats for Kids.
September 11th, News 3 Now is collecting kid-size winter coats at Clinky Cleaners on Monona Drive.
Stop by with a coat to keep kids warm this winter.
Pack the truck for Coats for Kids.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. On the Health Watch this morning, a new study on CTE says the brain injury might be more common than we thought, especially in younger athletes. CTE is short for chronic trauma encephalopathy. It's the brain injury associated with multiple concussions. Boston University's CTE Center analyzed 150 donated brains from athletes under the age of 30 at the time of their death. 63 had developed early signs of CTE. Unlike past studies, most of these athletes were amateurs on college, high school, or even youth teams. The authors found the youngest person diagnosed with CTE was a 17-year-old football player. CTE, by the way, can only be formally diagnosed with an autopsy.
6:42 now. Let's check in with Kelly Slipke. He's out on the patio. Feeling cool out there this morning, Kelly?
Yeah, not bad this morning. It's not going to be as cool as what we're going to see tomorrow morning, but it's fairly comfortable. Might need a light jacket this morning. You probably noticed the pavement a little bit wet because we had a brief shower pass through, at least on the south side of Madison. But right now our high-resolution radar just showing the rain showers near Kenosha headed toward Racine. That's about it. And actually, unfortunately, our ongoing severe to extreme drought that we have in most of southern Wisconsin will continue to get worse over the next 7 days, taking us right through next Tuesday. We don't have much rain in our forecast, so that drought will continue to be ongoing. A pretty decent afternoon. Temperatures headed in the upper 70s. You will notice that north wind pickup 10 to 15 miles per hour. That'll add a little bit of a touch of cool air, kind of a cool feeling going into the afternoon as temperatures climb in the upper 70s, a little bit cooler than where we were yesterday. And even cooler tomorrow morning. We're dropping down in the upper 40s in many locations and only getting into the low 70s tomorrow. So definitely feeling like fall the next few days. Other than that possibility of a shower popping up this afternoon, it's going to be dry right through the weekend. And then we're going to crank up the heat. One last hurrah for some summer-like weather this weekend. It's going to last the entire Labor Day weekend and actually into the following week as well, with temperatures running into the upper 80s and low 90s. Here's that cold front that's going to slide on through. So it's fairly mild right now. That wind will switch around the northwest after the noon hour. That's when you'll start to notice some cooler air working in. And behind it, there's enough cool air aloft. You get a little bit of heating from the sun. That provides that lift you need to produce some cumulus clouds popping up, and some of those may develop enough to produce a couple of showers, but nothing widespread expected. So we're getting a little bit of taste of some of this Canadian air coming in this afternoon, tonight, and tomorrow. Thursday will be that transition day. That heat dome has been out to the west. That's going to be moving back into the state by Friday and the upcoming weekend. You can see that the heat really spreading out across the Great Lakes going into Labor Day Monday, and that will probably be the hottest day. Could be getting close to the record. The record on Labor Day is 94. We'll be getting close to that. That will continue into much of next week. In fact, actually, you'll see our temperatures. Coolest day is going to be tomorrow, and then we just continue to climb up the ladder right through Monday with the peak heating up to about 93. But even into early next week, temperatures still in the upper 80s to around 90. 67 right now in Madison, 64 in the Dells. Also Janesville, Lone Rock at 64. May need a light jacket this morning. Definitely going to need one tomorrow morning. 65 right now in Stoughton, 65 in Sun Prairie and Cottage Grove at 64. So we'll call for partly sunny skies today. Future track might see a brief shower passing through as some of this cooler air works in from the north. Temperatures climbing into the upper 70s today. And it's going to be a cool start to the morning. Tomorrow's 49, 72 only tomorrow afternoon. Upper 40s on Thursday morning. Then we start to rebound 80s, even some low 90s for the upcoming weekend.
Oh, yeah. Summer is nowhere near over, Kelly.
That's right. Great weekend. Head to the lake. You know, I know a lot of folks want to get in one more summer activity. This will be the weekend to do it.
Perfect holiday weekend. Kelly, thank you very much. 6:45, the countdown is on in the 608 this morning as families prepare for a brand new school year.
That includes families in Wanakee. That's where Josh Sprider's hanging out this morning. What's going on, Josh?
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, we're live outside the Wanakee Intermediate School this morning where they are 1 week away from the return of students. Fall is going to be coming in hot even with that forecast. The school year is upon us. This morning, Superintendent of Wanakee Schools, Randy Gutenberg, is up early. Randy, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning. Welcome.
Hey, beautiful morning. Feeling like fall this morning, and fall is in full swing for you guys as you're getting ready for the new school year.
Oh, absolutely. We're really excited about welcoming our students back next week, and we have all of our staff arriving this morning, so it's a great time of the year.
Yeah, this is like Christmas morning for you in education. You know, this is a big year for you, kind of bittersweet because this is going to be your final one as superintendent here at Wanakee.
It'll be my final one as superintendent here, but we've got a lot of work ahead of us this year, a lot of great kids coming in, and a lot of things we have to prepare for them. So we're excited about the week ahead and welcoming them back to school next week.
Yeah, and you're now 16 years here at Wanakee. You've seen a lot of growth with this school district, and one of those areas is right here behind us next to the intermediate school. So talk a little bit about this expansion for us.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very fortunate. Our community supported a $175 million referendum last fall. This is part of the fruits of that. This is the new Heritage Elementary School, grades K through 4. So this will replace the school that we have in the downtown part of our community. It's right on target to be opened at this time next year.
You know, you've seen the numbers here of growth for Wanakee since you began as superintendent. What, close to a 25% increase almost in students?
Yeah, we've gained about, since 2008, we've gained just over 1,100 kids here. So yeah, it's really precipitated our growth, allowed us to really maintain programs and offer great programs to our kids, but also has caused us to have to look at kind of building some modern learning environments for our students to expand into.
You know, things have changed over the last couple of years as well, obviously coming out of the pandemic. You know, getting that new wave of teachers in here, right? There's a lot of inspiration behind that.
Oh, absolutely. We welcomed 27 new teachers to our staff last week, or anything from people right out of college to folks who've had 25, 30 years experience who will be joining our team this year. Always a really exciting time when we get to welcome those new team members to our school district and introduce them to our community.
You know, what would be your best advice for, you know, parents at home that maybe are a little nervous for their kids? Maybe this is their first kid that's going to be heading off to school this year.
Yeah, I think just realize, we're here for your kids. We love your kids. That's why we're in this business. Talk to your kids about their transition to school, attend their open house, get to know your teachers and communicate with them as you have questions. And as your kids get older, make sure that they get involved. I mean, that's the biggest way to make that school community your own.
You know, and as far as students go, you mentioned earlier, we talked about this a lot, leaving your mark, really finding your place here in the school.
Oh, absolutely. I think everybody, when you have 4,400 kids here, they're all coming with their own unique interests and their unique talents. And I think that's the part that we encourage our kids to be able to express themselves and to leave their mark on their school and to take that forward as they go on forward in life.
Superintendent Randy Gutenberg, as always, we appreciate it. Thank you so much, and congrats on a near retirement. You're almost there.
Almost there. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you bet. If you'd like to learn more about Wanakee Community School District or our Back to School series, guys, you can go to this story at channel3000.com. We're seeing a heck of a sunrise here in Wanakee this morning. Feeling a little fall-like. It's feeling like back to school here, guys. I can't believe how fast the summer went.
Just a gorgeous sunrise. Yeah, I can't believe it's here already. We're going to forget about it when we see 90s in the forecast this weekend. But Josh, excited for all those kids. Big deal for Randy, too. Congrats on his last year.
6:49. Hey, don't forget to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Just reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
Coming up in the morning sprint, all the top headlines to get you out the door this morning.
If you've got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, we'd love to help them celebrate. Send us a picture.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Lowe's knows that fall's shorter days call for bigger deals. Get the most out of your projects by getting the most out of our fall savings now. Shop Labor Day deals under $90 now, in-store or online.
You got me.
Tag. You're it. Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. 18 years from tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped, suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
You've got this. You didn't think your sister would take you up on the dog sitting offer, but here you are. Barriers? Purchased. Doggy distractions? No expense spared. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft grace zone. So when you have to make a purchase, or 7, to prepare, you can be sure we're looking out for you, so you can look out for him. You've got this with Associated Bank.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Get ready for an improved news experience. The all-new Channel 3000 News app is here, tailored for your news the way you want it, with a customizable homepage and faster page loads. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now. Call for action only on News 3 Now.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
New video into the newsroom this morning of a semi-chase crossing multiple counties from Warrens all the way to the Dells. Take a look. Police deploying spike strips in Toma, but the driver swerved to avoid them. At one point, a Juneau County armored truck joins the chase with at least 12 cruisers following. You can see here the chase ending in a crash. This happened outside the Dells.
Medical experts across the state are concerned heading into the school year as new data shows Wisconsin kindergartners have some of the highest vaccine exemption rates in the Midwest. Vaccine exemption rates nearly doubled between 2012 and last year. Experts at Axios point out that some of the skepticism around COVID-19 shots could lead to exemption rates for other shots.
A meeting today could strip the state's top elections official of her power. Republicans controlling the Senate say they will oust Megan Wolf before the next presidential election. They're holding a hearing on the matter today. Wolf has said she does not plan on attending.
First Lady Jill Biden is coming to town. She is scheduled to stop in Madison this Thursday to tout the progress of the president's Cancer Moonshot Initiative. That initiative has a goal of reducing cancer deaths by at least 50% over the next 25 years. She'll also stop at an education event and political finance event with Senator Tammy Baldwin. Dr. Biden's first visit to the Isthmus in 3 years.
But I think they want to change the direction that we've been working on so hard and making such significant progress on.
President Biden there warning of groups in the U.S. that he says want to reverse progress toward racial justice. He made those comments about the racist shooting down in Jacksonville, Florida. The president called it a clear act of domestic violent extremism. The FBI is investigating the shooting as a hate crime.
A faculty member is dead, shot to death 6 days into the start of the school year at UNC. A doctoral student is in custody this morning for that killing. Someone reported shots fired at 1 in the afternoon at a lab at the school. Students were then on lockdown for 3 hours. Students and staff barricaded themselves inside classrooms. Some climbed out of windows to escape. The university will not hold classes today.
Well, good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. A mild start to the morning. We're at 67. We still have a southwest wind, but eventually a northerly wind will develop. That'll bring in some cooler air and definitely going to feel a whole lot different come this time tomorrow morning. Today, though, we'll look at partly sunny skies. Can't rule out a spotty shower as a cold front passes through, but we'll warm into the upper 70s pretty quickly. But with that cold front passing through, don't expect temperatures to rise a whole lot during the afternoon and may pick up a brief shower. Not expecting much going into the afternoon. Otherwise, partly sunny skies and temperatures in the upper 70s. Pretty seasonable for this time of August. Cool day tomorrow, starting off in the 40s, only up to 72, 79 Thursday, another cool morning. But then the heat returns just in time for the Labor Day weekend. Temperatures in the 80s, upper 80s at that on Saturday. Sunday, low to mid 90s right into Labor Day. The record high on Sunday is 92. Could be tying that. Record high on Monday is 94. So.
Oof. All right, Kelly, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We leave you with a live look at Florida's shores. New this morning, Idalia updated to a hurricane. We keep tracking her and that warm up in your local forecast right here on News 3 Now.